Hello my friends, my name is Shay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about everything I read in October as well as my November TBR. I've made some beautiful hot cocoa and I am so cozy and happy to be here, so let's get into it. Okay, so very first on my list is Manacled by SenLinYu. I don't know how you say that, so I'm so sorry. I do not even know where to begin with this book. I haven't consumed a lot of internet, just like content about it. Like I haven't watched people's TikToks or YouTube videos or anything about it, so I don't know. I just knew it was popular, but I don't know what like the other humans are saying. Manacled might have changed my life, which I never thought I would say that about a fan fiction. Oh my gosh, I think calling Manacled a fan fiction is like reducing it to something it's not. It is so well-rounded, so plot-driven. I just feel like calling it a fanfic does not even begin to do it justice, but basically, if you're outside of this world like I was, Manacled is, for lack of a better term, a fan fiction between Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger in a universe where Voldemort won at the end of Harry Potter. So at the end of Harry Potter, Voldemort wins and everything goes south from there, and you learn at the very, very start that pretty much everyone from the Order of the Phoenix is dead except for Hermione, and she's in a very dark place. She is being imprisoned by Voldemort and his army, and very, very close to the start, Voldemort decides to start basically like a magical breeding program where he needs surrogates. It's very Handmaid's Tale-esque, and Hermione becomes a surrogate. I'm not going to say much more from there because there's so much and I don't want to give anything away. But in this universe, Hermione is a healer, which I love, 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 love. It's so fun to follow like her journey and how she became a healer and all the healing spells she's learned. It's like a whole different like side of this universe we already know, but we really don't know that much about the healing side of things. Like she trains under Madame Pomfrey at one point, and it's just really magical and beautiful. And oh my gosh, I love Draco. I'm currently kicking myself for not being Hermione and my husband being Draco for Halloween because I have long brown hair and he has short blonde hair, and what are we doing? But anywho, 6-star read, honestly. Like, and I don't say that lightly. I'm like, I feel like I'm fairly judgy about my ratings, but oh my gosh, it was so much more than I thought it would be. Like, I was just going in for like a cheeky romance, you know, and that is not what it is. Like, to be back in the world of Harry Potter, but to also, I was worried that it would taint my view of Harry Potter because that's my entire childhood. I love it so much. I do not feel like it tainted my view. It feels like a separate thing to me. It feels like a separate universe, but I still got to feel that like magic again that I felt when reading the Harry Potters for the first time. Oh my gosh, I could go on for days, but for those who don't know, and I don't have a ton of info, the author SenLinYu has now published a book called Alchemized, which I plan to buy and read probably in like a year-ish when I've forgotten a little bit of Manacled. From what I understand, it's pretty much the same plot and story, but, you know, copyright friendly, so I think she's changed the names and like the things that are specific to the Harry Potter universe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I understand it. And it has the most beautiful cover I've ever seen, and I will be buying it. Thank you to this author for bringing this into my life. I tried to spread out reading it. It's one of those books where you just forget you're reading, you know? And so I tried to like spread it out for as long as I could, and I miss it. I miss it already. It was so beautiful. So that is that. We're really starting off on a high note there. Okay, next on my list is another not really traditional book. If you're one of those people that says like listening to an audiobook doesn't count as reading, we are not the same, and like that's fine, but we are not the same. And to explain, my next book that I have is Impact Winter, which is actually technically an Audible audio drama. So it's basically, it is an audio book, but they've dramatized it so the production's just higher quality, and they have like different voice actors for each character and all the sound effects, if you've never listened to an audio drama. So there'll be like fire crackling and like footsteps in the leaves and, you know, anyhow. So Impact Winter has 3 seasons, or books as I'm going to call them. They're on Goodreads, so that's all I'm saying. I have listened to the first one and the second one. I think I rated the first one 4 stars and the second one 5 stars. But the basic premise of Impact Winter is we're starting off in a world where a comet has hit the Earth, I think like 8 to 10 years previously, and blotted out the sun. So because of the lack of sun, vampires are now thriving. And you're following mainly these 2 sisters named Darcy and Hope, and they live in this kind of like underground military bunker where they are protected from vampires. They have this little community, but it's a struggle. They're like barely surviving. And you come to find out there's 3 different types of vampires. So there's blighters, which in my head are basically zombies. Like, it seems like they're not there at all. They don't have, it doesn't seem like they're conscious anyways, and they're very zombie-esque. Shades, which are like regular, they seem like regular humans, but they're vampires. And then there are overlords, which are like next level, super powerful vampire, okay? It's so good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's so good, and the sound effects are so good. The voice acting's really good. Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us, they are in this. It's kind of like a side character. Her name's Whisper. The voice acting is just incredible. And when my husband, so about a year ago, my husband listened to Impact Winter, and he was telling me all about it, and I literally made so much fun of him. I was like, you're listening to an audio drama? Like, that alone. And then it's about vampires? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Especially I was like listening in October. And so, very Halloween vibes. I'm kind of in my vampire era. And it was just fabulous. Highly recommend. Especially, I love a podcast, but every now and then, just need something to shake it up, you know? So that is that. Next on my list is The Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli? Something like that. First of all, love the cover. Love the cover. She's fab. I think in the UK this is called The Crimson Moth, which I like that title better, but it's fine. I will get over it. We're following our main character, Rune, and she lives in a country or society, like a place, where witches have recently been outlawed in the last like 10-ish years. And she is a witch who is like in hiding. It's also, it doesn't really state like the years it's supposed to be taking place, but it feels almost like a period piece, like, this is probably the wrong words, but kind of like Victorian energy. They're going to the opera, they're wearing big snazzy dresses, they're riding horses. So that adds another layer of vibe. But essentially, like I said, Rune is a witch in hiding, but she's also like a member of high society, which is kind of crazy. So she's like infiltrated these people's like social circles, and these are all people who like hate witches, and she just like lives amongst them. And essentially, I'm trying to figure out how soon you know this. Okay, it says this on the dust jacket, so I can say this, but Rune spends her nights trying to rescue witches that have been imprisoned or are going to be killed. So she's basically the Underground Railroad for witches, okay? She smuggles them out. She's like super rich and has a bunch of cargo ships, so she'll put them on her cargo ships, get them out. And there comes a point when she needs info about where a witch is being kept. And the only way that she can think to get that info is from the captain of the Blood Guard. The Blood Guard is exactly what it sounds like. They like track down and find and kill the witches, essentially. So the captain of the Blood Guard, his name is Gideon, and he becomes our male main character here. So she's trying to get info out of him. He is also trying to figure out who this Crimson Moth person is that is like breaking out these witches and things. So I'm sure you can imagine where it goes from there. I don't know how to review this because I really liked it. Like, it kept me entertained. I think sometimes I struggle with, I don't even know what category this is. There's another one. It's a duology. So I do want to read the second one. But I think sometimes I struggle with, it's not cozy fantasy. It's definitely not cozy fantasy. But maybe it's just like a lighter romantasy. Because like I want to know more about the world. Like I want to know more. Like, it explains a little bit more about like her magic and her spell work and things. But like I want to know more. I also just feel like her and Gideon's like relationship, I wasn't feeling a ton of chemistry. I don't know, but I don't know if I'm just being nitpicky because like the plot was really fun and like I sped through it. So I do think I'll read the second one. It's just a matter of when. I've heard the second one's better. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. So definitely not bad. I enjoyed it. I just am not like, oh my gosh, it changed my life. Next up, we have A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandanna. I'm so sorry. This was fabulous. I have also read, I forgot what it's called. Oh, A Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which is her other book. This was fabulous. There's nothing wrong with it. It's definitely a me thing. It's not you, it's me. I think I need to stop like picking up like cozy fantasies because they always just sound so nice and they can be so nice, but usually by the time I finish a book like this, it feels like it held me hostage. Like, it's not hard to finish, but I'm like, oh, I'm done, you know? And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like how I felt in Manacled when I was like, please don't let it be over, you know? But like, I think I gave this 3 stars. Like, it definitely wasn't bad, and there was a lot of really fun elements. It's the main theme is found family. So, and like, I love that. Like, we're talking like innkeeper who used to be a witch but lost her powers. We're talking a skeletal chicken that like she accidentally resurrected that just runs around everywhere. There's a fox that used to be a witch. It's a witch that's been like banished to a fox's body so it can talk. There's a man who works at like the local medieval like fair, and he thinks he's a knight. He wears his like armor all the time. Anyways, it's just like this cutie ramshackle group of like misfits, you know, that come to find this inn and all come together to solve our main problem of the book, which is the main character getting her magic back. So it really is really like honestly precious. I don't want to be negative about it because like I don't have anything bad to say except for that like I should probably not pick up these cozier ones anymore. If you are a cozy fantasy lover, I think you would genuinely love this. I think I highlighted a couple things. I'm trying to get back into my like annotating era. I used to be really into annotating and then I kind of lost the plot, but now I'm just kind of trying to not be strict about it and just like highlight random quotes I like. Okay, I thought this kind of like gave the vibes of the whole book. This is like fairly early on. It says, meanwhile, across the country, a certain innkeeper was about to discover that when you hold tight to the little magic you find, when years go by and the world loses much of its color, and still you refuse to forget the magic, magic will go out of its way to show you that it remembers you too. I just thought it was so cute. Yeah, just heartwarming, wholesome. If you like, I can see if I've been reading like a lot of really heavy things, this would just be a good like palate cleanser, you know? So that is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. And next up we have Mate by Hazelwood, the long-awaited sequel to Bride. This was so fun. I just finished this like around Halloween and I had so much fun with it. I just read Bride this summer, which I feel like I was very behind on the times. I will say in the past I've like been kind of judgy towards like sort of TikTok-y books like this. And as you can tell by this month, I just don't care anymore. Like, they're so fun. What was I doing that whole time? I ended up giving this, I think, yeah, 3.75. I really enjoyed it. It might be a 4. I don't know. I really liked it, but I think I liked Bride better. I liked the female main character in Bride better, and I liked the male main character in this better. To me, Bride felt more plot driven, and this was a more like our main character's kind of going through like a health journey, like mentally and physically, and it just felt less like, it felt like there was less going on, but maybe that was me, I don't know. There's also a cult in this book, which I love. I just love anything culty, so that was really interesting to me and I liked the aspect that I added. Okay, I just realized I haven't even explained the premise, but essentially, if you've read Bride, Bride is about a marriage of convenience between a vampire and a werewolf. It's so fun. But the main character's name in Bride is Misery. Crazy name, by the way. And she basically has a sister. It's not like her real sister, but like found family sister named Serena. And this book is about her. So at the end of Bride, there's this moment between Serena and one of the alphas of one of the werewolf packs named Cohen, where Serena and Cohen meet, and you kind of, it's implied that he has found his mate. And so this book is about them, Serena and Cohen, and just their journey. Serena is also the first like human werewolf hybrid that like society knows of, and so there's a lot of things going on there as well. Anyways, overall a very good time. The reason for the 3.75 is just because I liked Bride a little bit better and I gave it 4. Yeah, sometimes I think I need to wait like 3 weeks and then review things because I feel like my reviews always change later based on like how I remember things and what sticks with me. But yes, overall, very good time. Next, I wanted to get into a little bit of my November TBR. Every time I say TBR, it's very loose because what do I think? Do I think I'm gonna stick to this? I don't know. We'll see. I'm very much a mood reader. So first things first, right now I'm reading Immortal Dark by Tigist Gurma. This is specifically because this girl that I follow on here, her name is Heather. I'll put her below or something because I can't remember her last name. Loved this book, and like I said, I'm in my vampire era. So I literally just started it. I'm on page 23. Overall vibes are like dark academia, like set at a university. I'm just gonna read the back actually because this is very complicated. Orphaned heiress Kidan Adane, I have no idea if that's how you say her name, grew up far from the arcane society of vampires she was born into, where human bloodlines gain power through vampire companionship. When her sister June disappears, Kidan is convinced the vampire stole her. The very vampire bound to their family, the cruel yet captivating Susenyos Sagad. To find June, Kidan must infiltrate the elite Yuxley University, where she must survive living with Susenyos, even as he does everything he can to drive her away. It doesn't matter that Susenyos' wickedness tempts Kidan to surrender to a life of darkness. She must find her sister and kill Susenyos at all costs. I don't know, that sounds pretty intriguing to me. And also this cover is like life-altering. I want to show you the map actually, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. First of all, there's all these like all black pages in here. So fun. This map of the university really got me. Anyhow, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, just started it. Then, upon the recommendation of Brady Lockerbie, I follow her on like Instagram and TikTok, I want to read If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I recently went to, it's called Lovebound Library in Salt Lake, and I picked this up. It's like a full romance bookstore. It's really fun. I'm just excited about this. She said it's set in 1997 in Vermont. I think from like October to Christmas. So I feel like it's good like Thanksgiving-y timing, you know? It is kind of long for a romance. It is like almost 500 pages, 489. Like, I'm scared. I hope I can stick with it. I honestly don't know a lot about it except for that, but let's read. My new next door neighbor Cliff seems to have everything figured out. Small town golden boy, check. Single dad extraordinaire. Oh, I didn't know there was single dad. Check. Hot baker forearms. I didn't notice them, I swear. I, on the other hand, don't at all have anything figured out. Trust me, I didn't think taking over my mom's dream bed and breakfast in Copper Run, Vermont was going to be easy. It should be a good place to heal after my divorce. But apparently my scones belong in the garbage with my small talk skills, as pointed out by none other than Cliff. Okay, there's more, but that's all I'm gonna read. I think it's just like Grumpy Sunshine, cutie vibes. And going back to the vibes of like being an innkeeper, why is that my dream? It's very Gilmore Girls, you know, and just feels like good vibes. I didn't want to fully go winter reading yet, so I think this will be good. Funny that I should say that because the other thing on my TBR is the third book in Impact Winter. I have started it already and it is very good. I think I'm about halfway through. I already kind of gave a synopsis on Impact Winter, so I'm not going to say much more, but I do recommend, and I do think it gets better as the seasons go on. So just let that be known. And then if I get through those three, I think I would like to pick up the second in the Heartless Hunter series, duology. It's called Rebel Witch. These are very popular, so you probably know that. But it is called Rebel Witch, and I think if I get through these and Impact Winter, that is the direction I will go. But like I said, I am a mood reader. Anywho, that is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm still trying to learn my vibes in the YouTube world, but I'm having fun with it. And so I'm glad you're here. I will see you next time. Bye.